Welcome back to the I Get Better podcast. I'm your host, Charlene Renee.
And I'm Phaedra Smith.
And we do have a special guest here with us today. So we are going to allow our guest to have an opportunity to introduce himself, but I'm going to introduce the topic of today. So today we're going to be talking about how I get better when I dare to dream. So this is a topic we haven't touched on before, at least not to my memory. So we're going to talk about dreaming, what it means to dream, what are the barriers to dreaming, and how to get better at that. But I'll let Phaedra introduce our guest and then have him share a little bit more about who he is, and then we'll get into the topic.
Well, this is our good friend Dante Shepherd. Um, we've known Dante for many years. Charlene, you went to high school with Dante, right? Y'all went to high school.
I did. Yeah, he's a
Scambia
little
High
bit ahead of me, but yes, go Gators. Scambia High School alumni. Yep.
And then obviously we have remained friends, and Dante's amazing. He's a guest speaker or a an author. He's been doing a lot, especially in our area, Pensacola, Florida. Um, and he actually has a book called Dream Chasers. And so I'm going to actually allow you to introduce yourself a little bit, Dante, and tell us a little bit about your book.
Thank you, Phaedra. Thank you, Charlene. Yes, it is an honor to be on the show today. For one, because I listen to I Get Better because I'm always trying to get better, and you all share some great nuggets on how we can continuously to just grow and just become the best version of ourselves. Again, like they said, Dante Shepherd, a public speaker, author. I'm trying to get used to the author thing, y'all. So help me out. I was at an event and someone was like, "Hey man, you forgot to tell them about your book." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I am an author. I did publish a book." So excited about that. You know, Dream Chaser is really is all about getting better. It's a self-help book. Most people kind of know my ending and what's going on right now in my life, but some of you know me a little earlier, and life wasn't as easy as people may see it to be now. It took a lot of trial and error for me to get to a place that I felt I was successful. And maybe others see me to being successful. I think perception for most is reality, but sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and find out that you're not what you want it to be. And begin to work on self. And so I always said my first book would be not for me, but for someone else. And that's really what Dream Chasers is all about. It's a self help workbook. Every chapter is followed by some provoking questions that'll get you thinking about where you're at in life right now. And then after you answer those questions, you move into some practical steps. I think it's really important that we just don't motivate or tell just about our life, sharing our stories, but not giving people those practical steps that they can put into action so that they can be more successful. I really love the book because I believe no matter who you are, no matter where you're at in your particular life, whether you feel that you're extremely successful or you've just flat out failed at all that you wanted to accomplish in life, there's a chapter for you. And it will touch where you're at in life right now. And I hope that it motivates you to begin to um, really start pursuing your dreams, start chasing those dreams. And so that's what it is. Dream chasers, y'all. You either live chasing or die dreaming. And I hope nobody wants to die with their dreams inside of them.
That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Yes, amazing. We're going to and congratulations on that accomplishment. Like, I wanna
Thank
say
you.
that personally because it's it takes a lot to do that work, to, look within yourself and to take the time and to share and be vulnerable and step out on faith and pursue a dream that I imagine that you've had for some time to be able to kinda see and have the product of that work in the flesh and be able to share with others. So we're gonna even, get a little bit more into some of the topics and the chapters of the book as we go on further in the episode to have you share a little bit more. But we want to get a little personal now. So we start off always trying to define the topic or the word or the phrase that we're going to be discussing for the day. So each of us will share our personal definition of what it means to dream. And then we always come back with, well, this is the dictionary definition. This is what the dictionary says it means. And then we'll get into kind of a little bit more of the narrative about what it means to us personally, and then we'll talk about some of those challenges and barriers.